and we're spinning. And we're spinning toward a retainer wall. And my truck is taller than the retainer wall. And we're on a ramp. So I'm like, man, if we hit this retainer wall, then my son is gonna flip over into traffic. And so as we're spinning and we're spinning and we're spinning, something hits my spirit and says, Ink, let go of the wheel. I was like, God, I can't do it. I drive with one hand. It's the only control I got. And that's how we do in life, right? When life is asking more of us, when life is telling, let go of the wheel, let go of old situations, let go of old people, we're like, nah, this is the only control I got. Right? We contract, we squeeze. Right? When life is trying to take us to the next level, the quote says it, every next level of our lives demands a new version of us. When life is saying, let go of the wheel, like, nah, this is the only control I got. And we keep spinning. And I look at my son, and my son says to me, Dad, I feel like we're about to die. And it hits my spirit again. Let go of the wheel, Ink. Let it go. Spin, spin, spin. We hit the retainer wall. We flip in the opposite direction. Flip, flip. We land upright. We land, I jump out of the truck, I run around to the other side. I grab my son, I check on him. I grab my phone, I call my wife. I said, hey babe, me and Ink just had an accident, we're here. It's like, I'm on my way. Hang up the phone, I look at my son. And so I'm just walking and I'm pacing. And I'm like, man, we really just flipped over. Like, I couldn't believe it. And the gentleman walks up behind me and he taps my shoulder. And when I turn around, he says to me, you don't remember me, huh? I was like, nah, brother, I can't say that I do. And in my head, I'm like, bro, we just flipped over. We just had a traumatic experience, brother. I ain't trying to remember you right now, brother. We just flipped, man. I'm in the midst of it, man. He was like, give me a second, I'm gonna run and get my phone. He runs to the car, gets his phone, I'm walking. He comes back, taps me on my shoulder again. And I turn around, and this time he had his phone. And he puts it right slap dab in my face. Bam! And it's a picture of me and this dude. Talking about cheesing ear to ear like we brothers, smiling. And he was like, last year, man, was the toughest year of my life. And he said, I saw you in the airport. He said, and I was about to walk past you, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna stop. And he said, I stopped. He said, I came over, you were nice, you were gracious to me, you took this picture with me. And he said, when I walked off, the only thing I said was, like, just let me see him again. He said, I just want to do for him what he did for me in that moment. Just let me see him again. He said, so today when I was getting off the exit, I didn't know that was you. He said, this is my exit too. He said, I didn't know that was you until I saw you run around the car. And I was like, man, that's Ink. And I was saying, man, we just flipped over. He said, I just wanted to give to you what you gave to me in my moment of opposition. Right? In life, I'm a firm believer we get what we give. Right? The law of reciprocity. Absolutely. The law of reciprocity. Right? What we give to this thing called life, life gives back. But oftentimes, whether it be in business or whether it be in life, we treat things like it's transaction and we waste the experience if the experience doesn't give us what we want from it. Right? We waste the experience if it doesn't give us what we want from it. Some of the greatest lessons in life comes from moments of rejection, comes from moments of opposition, comes from moments of things not going the way that we want it to go. Like I often speak to people about, it's always a person or people that have capacity for the journey. They got capacity for the dream. They got capacity for the goals, the aspirations. It's a lot of people with the skill and the talent, but they don't have the capacity, right? It's people that's smart as all get out. When opposition and adversity hit, they can't fight themselves out of a paper bag. Mike Tyson, one of the greatest quotes of all time, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. It's one of the greatest quotes of all time, right? Because everybody does have a plan until life punches them in the mouth. And you got some people that take it, taste the blood, and be like, all right, bro, cool, let's go. There's other people that tuck their tail, go back in the house and say, I didn't know I had to go through that in order to make it happen. And so I often say to people in life, it's not that people don't have what it takes, it's that sometimes they don't realize it's gonna take everything you got. Blood, sweat, tears, cuts, scars. People don't burn out and quit because of what they do. People burn out and quit because life makes them forget why they do it. And so when you say to people, be grateful for what it is that you've been commissioned to do, it sounds as if it's cliche, but it's so true when it says it's never about what happens to us, it's about how we respond to it. I stopped viewing sports as just a game a long time ago. I started viewing it the same way I view this stage. It was a platform that I got provided to cultivate a certain level of excellence and greatness, so one day when I was done with the sport, it would be certain things I could extract from it to apply to other areas and aspects of my life to make me somewhat of a decent human being. Right? In other words, when my injury happened, I viewed it as my arm and my hand got paralyzed. My heart didn't. My arm and my hand got paralyzed. My perspective didn't. My arm and my hand got paralyzed. My dedication didn't. My arm and my hand got paralyzed. My commitment level didn't. Like, not the shallow stuff, not the stuff that's predicated upon external factors, but the concrete commitment. The commitment that says,